Okay, good morning and thank you for coming. I will try to do a very short overview on what Italy is doing in the context of human and robotics exploration, in particular for what concerns the lunar context, which is the main topic of this meeting. So let's just start with an overview what Italy does in the space activity, and I would like to underline what is the percentage of the investment that Italy is doing in human and robotic exploration. If you see the blue sector here, you can have a picture of how much we are investing, how much we trust in this kind of activity. So the exploration program is organized in three main areas. The first is, of course, to sustain the ESA exploration program, since we are one of the major contribution of ESA. The second is to promote international partnership. That means activity which does not belong into the ESA framework, so mainly devoted to other partners. And the third is about the national activity, which are planned to support, of course, the international context, but also to improve the national competence in technology and science, of course. For what concerns the ESA exploration program, this is organized in four main cornerstones. The first is related to the ISS. The second is Human Beyond the LEO with the Lunar Gateway, and this becomes to be interesting for the lunar context. The third is specific for lunar exploration program, and the fourth is about the moon, the Mars robotic exploration program. For what concerns the activity mainly related to the lunar context, I would like to underline what Italy is doing for to build this international lunar orbiting station, the gateway. We are contributing mainly to the pressurized module of this station, both habitable module or logistic module, and this is thanks to the great experience that Italy gained in the developing of the International Space Station, which most of the pressurized module have been provided by Italy. So we are providing this contribution mainly to the IHAB, which is the International Habitation Module developed by a partnership among the world, and also to the Esprit module, which is the European one. So for what concerns the European service module, as I said, we are, you can see some hardware already in developing phase in Thales Alenia Space in Torino, but there are also other companies, small company involved in this kind of activity. For what regards the third cornerstone, we wish to become the leader of the development of the European large logistic lander. We confirmed the financial support in order to take the leadership of this development. The selection is still in progress. We think that by the end of summer, we will know if Italy will be the leader of this or not. Of course, this activity opens a lot of opportunity for the science community, because if we at the European level gains the capacity to land on moon surface, we gain also the possibility to bring a lot of payload. This kind of lander could bring around eight tons of logistic elements or scientific payload. So you can imagine this is a very important step for Europe, because Europe is not yet able to land on moon surface. Another initiative we are supporting since a long time, maybe it's well known to the people involved there, is the Prospect mission. This initially was planned to run as a cooperation between Europe and Russia, but then now is no more possible to go in this direction. So the plan is to fly Prospect within CLPS possibility, flight opportunity. And Italy in specific is involved as a science team, but also providing this drill and sampling system able to penetrate up to 2 meters in icy soil in South Polar region. This is another important step, because this will open to study the South Polar region, to understand if it is possible to extract resource and so on. For what concerns the international partnership, we are one of the first countries signed the Artemis Accord, and this was a very important step last year in October. And we are promoting also an international Mars Ice Mapper mission in partnership with CSA, with Canada, with JAXA and NASA, of course. The main objective of Mars Ice Mapper is to map the ice resource on the subsurface of Mars in those regions in which is possible to land, and in particular at the depth we can think to extract, so in inaccessible area. For what concerns the moon scenario, as I said, thanks to the Artemis Accord, we are now working together with the NASA team to develop the architecture of the first habitation module to be placed on the moon surface. If this activity is going to successful to the end, the first habitation model on moon surface will be Italian. So you can imagine the opportunity that this open, because this will be used by the astronaut only for 7 days per year. That means that the remaining time could be used for science opportunity. So for what concerns the national initiative, the destination are, of course, the LEO, beyond the LEO, Moon, Mars, and also exploring the nearest object. For what concerns the activity already started, I just concentrate to the center blocks. We are going to issue to select the contractor which will develop a national concept of lunar surface mission. It could be let's say a robotic mission to explore the moon surface, of course, integrated with scientific payload. We are going now to select the science payload which will be candidate for this kind of mission. We received 19 proposals, and the evaluation process will be concluded in a few weeks. One of the, for example, scouting scenario for this national mission on moon surface could be, for example, to explore, to scout particular areas in which it's difficult to go with a human crew. For example, the lava tube, which are many times mentioned as possible site in which to start infrastructure settlement. But we also support the in situ resource in extraction concept to use, for example, regulate for building material, building blocks for construction, and of course the solar power pilot plant, which is the power is one of the most critical topic to be solved, because the lunar condition, especially during the night, the long night, is very difficult to survive. So I go to the conclusion, just mentioning that we are starting also the development of oxygen extraction demonstrator. We are this activity is already fully funded. We plan to finish this by 27, but it is important to underline that we do not pretend to solve the problem of oxygen extraction at the first shot, but this will get Italian team to gain a lot of experience interacting with the moon surface. And last, I finished, we are developing lunar mission robotic control center, in which it will be possible to test in environment, in controlled environment, those instruments, those elements we plan to run on moon surface using a regulate simulant, using also lunar terrain simulator in order to have a possibility to plan, for example, rovering and so on. And then the Lunar Mission Control Center, which will allow the users, the scientists mainly, to plan their operation to run in a simulated way before to send them for execution on moon surface. So this is the last slide, in which I tried to summarize what is agency, and you can see here are mentioned all the activity in which we are involved. We play an important role, going from the lunar gateway elements to the moon surface elements, and of course all the communication system, Moonlight, in which Italy is going to have a main role. So I think this is the complete scenario. I hope this will be useful for all of you in order to plan your future science activity. That's all.